All right, shout out to Monique. Thank you for coming. Nice job. So today, Algebraic Concepts, we are doing session 10. So let's get started. First off, simplifying expressions. If we were to simplify the following expression, 4x squared plus 3y plus 7 minus 3x squared, our first step is to think about PEMDAS. So, do we have parentheses? No. Do we have exponents? Well, yes, so we do need to be aware of those. Let's go ahead and first start, though, with the commutative property to rewrite so that the like terms are next to each other. And then we also need to make sure that we have our exponents in decreasing order. So we can have 4x squared minus 3x squared. We're going to bring the 3x down near here so we have x squared next to each other, plus 3y plus 7. Can we simplify that further? Absolutely. 4x squared minus 3x squared is x squared plus 3y plus 7, and we just brought the rest of the equation down. Another example. 4 parentheses z minus 17 and parentheses plus 11z minus 6 plus 2z squared. So let's go ahead and make sure we follow our rules with PEMDAS. Do we have parentheses? Well, yes, but can we do anything in those parentheses? No. Do we have exponents? No. But multiplication. Let's use a distributive property. 4 times z minus 4 times 17. Carry down the rest of the equation. Can we simplify that further? Absolutely. 4z minus 68, 4 times 17. We bring down the rest of the equation. Can we simplify that further? Absolutely. Let's make sure that we bring z squared over to the far left side, plus 4z plus 11z. So we're combining those two like terms. Minus 68 minus 6. Can we simplify that further? Yes, we can. So we bring down 2z squared. There are no other z squareds. Now can we simplify the 4z and the 11z? Yep. 15z minus 74, and that is your answer. All right, next part, evaluating expressions. So a little bit different than simplifying expressions. We're actually going to go ahead and plug in different values into the equations. So, first example, evaluate the following expression for w equals 4 and z equals 5, and you're given this equation right here. 3w minus 2z over 3z plus 1. So, we are just going to plug in the 4 where every w is, plug in the 5 where every z is. So I bring down this equation. 3 times 4, because the w represents 4, minus 2 times z, the z is a 5, so we plug in the 5, over 3z plus 1, well z is 5. Let's simplify that further. 3 times 4, 12, minus 10, over 15 plus 1. Can we simplify that? 12 minus 10 is 2, 15 plus 1 is 16. Can we simplify that? Absolutely. 2 over 16 is 1 over 8. Next example. Evaluate the following expression for a equals negative 5 and b equals positive 2. Here's our expression. 12 minus absolute value, 8 times a, plus 2, end of the absolute value, plus 3b. Let's plug and chug. Everywhere where you see an a is a negative 5. Everywhere where you see a b is a 2. So I've got 12 minus absolute value of 8 times a, divided by 2, plus 3b. I went ahead and I plugged in negative 5 where I saw an a, and I plugged in 2 where I saw a b. I simplified that further. Excuse me. Right inside the absolute value signs, 8 times negative 5 is negative 40, divided by 2. I can simplify that to be negative 20. Now remember, negative inside an absolute value is what? The absolute value of that. It's a positive. So make sure that you change that. So now we have 12 minus 20 plus 3 times 2. 12 minus 20 plus 6, because you need to take care of that multiplication first. So 12 minus 20 plus 6, simplify that further, negative 8 plus 6, and you end up with negative 2. On to solving proportions. Here we go. So, first off, proportions. You only do proportions when you have two equal ratios. Only when you have two equal ratios. Don't try to write proportions for other stuff. It's not allowed. So, here we go. A proportion shows that two ratios are equal. A proportion has two cross products that are also equal. Let's take an example. 3/4 is equivalent to 9/12. So if you cross multiply 3 times 12, 4 times 9, what does that equal? 36 equals 36. This is an example of a proportion. Let's do another example, but this time we have an unknown variable. So 10/25 is equal to n over 100. Well, I'm looking for n. What in the world is n? Let's cross multiply. 10 times 100, 25 times n. This is an equation that we can definitely solve. We divide by 25, as shown here, and we get 40 is equal to n. Next, solving proportions. So here's an example problem. During recycling week, students received 10 points for every 6 pounds of newspapers they collected. At the end of the week, Jane's team received 25 points. The question is, how many pounds of newspaper did Jane's team collect? Well, we can definitely set up a proportion. So 6 over 10, because we have 6 pounds for 10 points. So 6 pounds for 10 points. All right. Well, we know we have 25 points, but we don't know how many pounds that is. So we can set up this proportion, and we can cross multiply. 6 times 25, we have that written here. 10 times n, we have that written here. We can go ahead and simplify that further. 6 times 25 is 150 equals 10n. Divide by 10, 15 equals n. So I know that 15 pounds of newspaper was able to get Jane's team 25 points. Translating expressions and sentences. So we have addition, we've got subtraction, we have multiplication, and we have division. So what are some words that also represent addition? We have the sum of two numbers, more, more than, plus, increase by, gain, or exceed. What about subtraction? Difference, less, less than, minus, decreased by, and diminish. And don't worry, we'll do some examples. Multiplication is product of, multiplied by, times, twice, triple, and quadruple. And finally, division. We have quotient, divided by, ratio, half, third, fourth, or per. Final slide. Translating expressions and sentences. So here's some examples again. So 44 increased by 5. You can write that two ways. Okay. 44 plus 5, or because it's addition, you can switch it. 5 plus 44. Next example. The product, think what that means, multiplication, product of 3 and 25, 3 times 25, or 25 times 3. You can do it in either order. What about this next example? 30 more, okay, think more, so addition, 30 more than 2 times multiplication, 8 is equal to 46. So 2 times 8 plus 30 is equal to 46. Final example. The difference of 18, think subtraction. The difference of 18 and 8 is equal to 10. 18 minus 8 is equal to 10. All right, first off, watch this, and then come work on the worksheets, and we look forward to seeing you.